Morning. Morning. Welcome back. How we doing? New day, new opportunities. Friday. It's Friday then. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome back. If you're beautiful and hot, hit the like button. Yep. I agree. I agree. You're in Discord trying to access live trading. Go to the channel that says join voice chat, my friend. It is right here. Join voice chat. FAQs, videos on how to do it, the link to join the voice chat right there. It's all right there. Good morning. Welcome back. Yeah, nice Tesla trade yesterday. Still holding a little bit of that. Looks good this morning. We'll see if I can squeak out some extra profits. Some really nice setups out there. Definitely. But there's one concern. The one concern is the QQQ. There's a big-ass level above. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if we can rip through that level today. That's the main watch. This big QQQ level. That is going to be the main watch. Happy Father's Day to everyone. Yep. Happy Father's Day. What is it? When is actual Father's Day? Sunday? Markets closed on Monday. Make sure you remember that. So we get a nice long weekend, which is great. I could use it. I'm excited for it. Extra day in Miami to go out. Extra day of rest. Can't complain about that. Extra day of not melting my mind, thinking about trades to take. All right. Well, we'll wait a few more minutes for some more people to come in. Hope you guys had a good day yesterday. Nice little Tesla trade yesterday. Good patience on it. Good management of it. I was happy with that one. That was really the only thing I did yesterday was my Tesla trade. And then I held my Ulta calls that I'm still in. And potentially setting up some swings today depending on what the QQQ does. So we'll talk through that. We'll talk through, pretty much all the tech names. I'm going to probably run through majority of the tech names today. All the setups that look pretty good. Try to prepare us for Friday. Again, something to remember today. You have a long weekend, right? So long weekend. And today is the last day before a 3-day weekend. So do we expect high volume? Do we expect, big move in a certain direction? We'll have to be a little cautious of that because of the long weekend. I think there could be a little bit of chop, maybe a little bit of sort of a slowdown, maybe some profit taking into the weekend, very possible. So some things to be careful of, but we'll just use our technical levels, right? We'll just use our technical levels to make our decisions. Yesterday, there was a very, very obvious reason to be long, right? Very obvious reason to be long in the Nasdaq. Very obvious reason to be long on the S&P 500. The demands that we talked about were spot on. It was the 4,400 on the ES. It was the 15,080 on the Nasdaq. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. I don't have a schedule today because I already know everything that I'm going to run through. We're just going to run through all tech. We're going to run through the futures. So let's just get started. Let's make this a short stream, huh? I'm feeling a short stream. I'm feeling a Friday. I'm feeling a one and done. I'm feeling a weekend. I'm feeling just a celebrate the long-term portfolio more than anything. That's what I'm celebrating. But anyways, all right, so Nasdaq, right? Nasdaq yesterday, we talked about this 15,080 level right in the morning. If you came to the live stream, we talked about this level. We said if the Nasdaq holds the demand at 15,080, you should look to long, right? That is our key level that is held previously. If you go to the 15-minute, we can break this down a little bit closer, right? So you can see right here, 15,080, right? 15,080. Right there, 15,080, all pre-market yesterday. We talked about that level. We said if we hold above that level, look for the longs. That is a demand level, right? And just after holding that level in the pre-market here, it was pretty much just vertical from that point. We broke over, right? You can see right here, very textbook right here. You have a previous high from the day prior on the Nasdaq. You broke above it. You held above it. You continued higher, right? And you just sort of ripped. And then once again, right, intraday, what do you see, right? Another break and retest right here. Same exact thing. This is sort of like the video on Tesla yesterday. You guys should go watch that video. I think that was, maybe not the most entertaining video, but one of the most important videos that I've probably made in a long time is how to manage the intraday, right? And so just all day yesterday, there was never a reason to be, to flip to the downside. There was never a reason to think that anything was going to pull back because all we did all day was break and retests, right? So you held demand, you broke the high, you held it. You have a high here. What did you do here, right? End of day. You can see right here. Break, retest, right? perfect break and retest right there. And you have the upside continuation. So just a really clean, right? Price action yesterday was really nice. You held your demand at 15,080. You ripped. And now look at what we're doing here in the pre-market, right? Look at this in the pre-market here. What was the break and retest from yesterday? Intraday, it was right here around this 15,320, right here, right? That was the level we just talked about. What is happening in the pre-market today? Look at this, right? Look at this. The exact level, 15,320. So we are not going to short this market if it is above 15,320, right? Maybe you could look for a scalp short today, but scalp shorts have not really been a good idea lately. Let's just put it at that, right? Maybe today's the day you get a scalp short off of double top supply. Am I going to do that? Probably not. Would I rather just go with the trend of the market and be a little bit hesitant on shorting? Probably, right? Just to protect myself. Maybe that's the right trade today. But I don't really feel like, this is what I don't want to happen today, right? When I think about the possible scenarios of how my day can go and how I approach and how I head into my weekend, here's the exact thing that I do not want to happen today. I do not want to look back at today, lose money because I'm trying to short into this market. If I walk away today red on the day because I tried to short a market that has gone up pretty much every single day, I am going to hate myself, right? That is not the day that I want. I would rather look back at today and say, all right, you missed the short, you missed it, whatever, right? It was a pretty easy short maybe off this double top. You missed the play, you're break even on the day, or maybe you caught a little piece of it, or maybe you just caught maybe some upside somewhere. Maybe you walk away flat, maybe, you didn't do anything. You didn't take a trade. I'd rather be that guy today than be the guy that shorts this market and is fighting this upside move on the market. That's just me, right? I'm not saying you have to be that way, but that's my personal, right? I'm here to talk to you about my personal game plans. I talk to you as if I'm thinking myself. That's my game plan today. I am not going to be the guy that tries to short this market today on a Friday, 0 DTE, and does something really stupid against the market trend that's going on. So there might be a short here, right? Let me not talk you out of that. There very much might be a short here at this double top high on the Nasdaq. You might be able to play it back into that demand at the pre-market lows. I would just be cautious, being the first one playing the shorts here. Just be cautious playing the shorts at these highs. Every previous high on this market has not really proven to be a good short opportunity, right? Like if you tried to short here at this previous high, you lost money, right? If you tried to short, let's just say here on this Wednesday morning at this previous high, you lost money, right? If you tried to short yesterday at the previous day high here, you lost money. And it very well could be that if you try to short here at the previous day high, you lose money. So I'm not going to go for that. That doesn't mean that that's not possible. That doesn't mean that today could be the day that short works out. So you can keep that on watch. You can keep that as a viable trading option today. But just be aware of that, okay? Be aware of the recent trend. Be aware that shorting at previous highs has not worked, right? It has not worked. What has worked is buying off the previous demands on pullbacks. That is what's working right now. So just keep that in mind, right? I'm not saying that it's not going to work. I'm not just being some ultra bull, right? I'm just sort of sharing what has worked, and shorting previous day highs has not worked. So just keep that in mind before you short this high here. Supply up at yesterday's highs, demand here at 15,320. That's really all I'd watch today. All right. All right. So this is your QQQ level, right? This is your QQQ level, and this is a big one, right? And I'm not just saying that because, I'm trying to, get views, get likes. This is a big, big level. So you guys can see here on the weekly chart, right? You can see here on the weekly chart. This is all-time highs, right? This is all-time highs up here at 400, 408, just this whole area up here, all-time highs, right? This is right here. This is January 2022. This is March of 2022, right? And the exact high of this March 2022 weekly candle right here, the exact high of this candle right here is 371.83. All right, let me make that bigger for the people in the back. 371.83 is the exact high of this weekly rejection right here from March 28th of 2022. Okay? Now, that is the only shelf level, the only major supply level that I see here with any type of real importance, right? The next level above that is probably about this 383, and then after that, it's all-time highs. So this is the last level that I see here on the weekly chart that has any type of heavy significance before maybe this high here at 383 and then all-time highs. So if we go into the 5-minute chart, right? Oh shit, we're right at it, aren't we? If we go into the 5-minute chart and we look at what happened yesterday, right? Look at where the move stalled yesterday afternoon. The move stalled right at that level. I mean, seriously, it's right at that March high. Like almost to the cent, a little bit off. 6 cents off that high is where we slowed down yesterday on the market, on the QQQ, right here. 6 cents off that March 28th, 2022 high. This morning, you are sitting right at it again. If you break this level, I definitely think there could be more upside, right? I don't see why there wouldn't be. If I look at this weekly chart, right, and I look at this red zone here, and I look at the weekly candles, if you break this little wick high right here, this 371.83, it's this wick high right there, I do not think there's much rejections above. As much as this is extended, right, this is a big breakout potential here over this 371.83. So watch out for it. This could be a rejection point today. Like I just said on the Nasdaq, you could double top here. You could start to lose momentum off this level. But again, I will say this again. I would not be the first person to short this 371.83, 372 level, right? I would not be the first person to go short here at this level. Maybe if it starts to really get weak, right? Maybe if we really start to break down, maybe there's something there. But this is a big level today. Keep this level on your charts. 371.83. All right? All right. ES. So, let's move. Let's go 15 minute. So why did the ES go up yesterday? Why did the ES go up yesterday? The ES went up yesterday. Let me delete these little arrows here. Drawings, tools, remove drawings, arrows. No arrows. All right. So why did the ES go up yesterday? Well, we talked about this 4,400 demand yesterday morning, right? We talked about this here. We talked about this here. We talked about this FOMC hold at 44. Look at what the ES did yesterday morning. It held 4,400. After breaking out of this high, we squeezed, right? We maintained over this high right here intraday, this 435. I'll go ahead and put that right there. 435, right? If we go to the 5-minute chart, you can see right here, 435, we held above it, pushed to the upside, break and retest, pushed above it. Once again, break and retest bull flag here of the previous highs, and we just continue to sort of stair step to the upside. But it all stemmed back, right? It all stemmed back from the 4,400 demand hold yesterday morning, right? That was the key. So nice hold there, nice demand hold 44, big squeeze to the upside. Now, right, look at what the ES is doing this morning. All right, you guys can see right here. This is your little previous high, your retest from yesterday. You can see the demand that stepped up there on the ES, right? That's the same thing that happened on the Nasdaq, right? Pre-market lows. This was your retest level from intraday yesterday. So I would not look too short this market into this 44.60 area on the ES, right? That is not somewhere I would look too short, right? If you start to pull back, I would be careful shorting here, which is your pre-market lows, right? Which is your previous retest level here. I would be careful shorting into this level. If you can break under this level today, then maybe there's something, but there's a lot of levels below that you have to continue to watch. So if you get upside today, right, watch for this high, right, this 44.85. Again, what I said on the Nasdaq, maybe this is your double top that could start to form here on this Friday afternoon, this Friday morning, right? Maybe you double top at this high, right? That's something you could watch. But again, I don't think there's any merit in being the first person shorting there, right? I would definitely want to be someone that's a little bit patient and see if this actually rejects before just slamming some puts at a double top high, because double top highs have been broken day over day on this market, right? So if you break above this level, if you turn this into demand, then you probably are continuing here on the ES, right? You're probably going to continue if you break and hold above yesterday's highs, just like we have done, every single day for the last week. So let's see what happens there at this previous day high. Really nice, right, easy levels here. 44.85, 44.60, right? You can move this up to 60, I think. 44.60, 44.85. Got yourself about a 25-point range here on the ES. Let's see if let's see which side we break. Do we break above? Do we hold above? Is there a short here at this high? Do we pull back and do we find demand at 60 again, right? Those are some things that I'd be watching. Just watch this range today, 44.60, 44.85, and see if this thing moves. What's the QQQ at? Yeah, it's sitting right at that high. So SPY, I haven't even updated my SPY chart. Let me go to the 15-minute. So it looks like it looks like it's this 440, right? 440 is that pre-market low. Why does this look so different than the ES? Yeah, it's a little different. It's actually a lot different. It's much further off here, right? This high. So obviously, it looks like 444 to 440 is your zone today on the SPY, right? There's your 440. There's your 444 right there. Let's turn that red, signify our supply, right? So that's really the levels I'd be watching here. 440 to 444. If you do break this 440, you could possibly look for that downside continuation. If you push into that 444, be careful of longing into that supply, right? If you break above that 444, if you hold above it, that's where your upside can come in, right? So 444, 440, those are your SPY levels. Pretty easy channel to read today. Just keep an eye on that area. You can see the ES, same thing, 440, 44.60 and 44.85. So hard to say. I don't know why. So 44.85, 44.60, right? SPY, 440, 444. QQQ, right? Major level here, 371.83. Keep an eye on that level. And then Nasdaq, you got your pretty clear channel again. 15,440, 15,320, right? Very easy channels today. Watch the supply, watch the demand. You guys know how we trade off those zones, all right? Those are your futures. Let's go to Tesla. So, Tesla, I don't think this is done. I really don't. I don't think this pullback Wednesday into Thursday is anything of breaking, right? I think this is actually a clean pullback for more upside. So I'm going to delete these for now and just sort of show you this chart. I think this is still holding very important demands, right? You can see right here. You can see we held this very nice, this 247 level overnight. We had a big squeeze off it yesterday. Oh, I forgot to do the Dow. Yeah, I'll go to the Dow. Let me go to the Dow. So what did we talk about on the Dow yesterday? I mean, was it not perfect? Was the Dow not exactly what we said? This is what we drew out. I have not touched this Dow chart. I have not touched this Dow chart since yesterday in the pre-market live stream. That is exactly what we drew out in the pre-market live stream yesterday. If you were here, you know that we drew out this flag pattern and the break and retest of this previous high. And this is exactly what happened. So I made a video about this on YouTube. I, again, would highly recommend you watch that. It is about the best trading setups in the market right now. I will pull up the. This is what it's called. The most profitable trade setup right now. I would go watch this. It is a video. I think it's like 4 videos ago. And this is literally talking about the 4-hour or 1-hour bull flag break and retest. And that is exactly what happened on the Dow yesterday. I mean, it simply does not get any better than that. So, yeah, that's just hot. Very hot there on the Dow. And what is the Dow doing this morning, right? The Dow is potentially turning this previous high right here into a new demand here, right? And if the Dow holds above these previous highs, which it is very cleanly doing this morning, then you should see more upside here. So I'd say watch this anywhere between this 44,600 and 44,60, right? I'm sorry, 34,600, 34,660. Very nice potential break and retest again here. But yesterday's was just gorgeous. Congratulations on that. Russell, a little bit of an underperformer yesterday, which, I don't mind to see. But you can see demand held again. What you're going to need to see here is a strong break and hold above this 1920 for more upside on the Russell. But again, demand held on the Russell, right? You can see right here. So 1880 to 1870, right? You can see that demand held on the Russell. As long as you're above that demand on the Russell, this should hold. If you break over this 1920, if you turn this red zone into a new demand, then you can see more upside on the IWM on the Russell. All right, let's go to Tesla now. So Tesla, I do not think Tesla is done here. I think this pullback was an opportunity. I am long some Tesla calls. You guys can see this little flag pattern that was created. Michael, thank you, man. $10 donation. Appreciate that as always, Michael. Have a fantastic weekend. If you're a father, Michael, happy Father's Day. And enjoy your long weekend. Tesla, right? You have some, I want to call it demand in this whole zone, really. That's really what I want to say. Because you have these multiple pullbacks or this multiple consolidation here. And you guys can see, look at that demand that held on Tesla again. So you had this flag pullback, you had this demand hold, right? It is exactly the same thing that we just talked about on the Dow, what we talked about on TSM, Shopify, AMD, right? The exact same setups over and over again. Flag pullbacks into demand, break of that flag. I think this continues higher. As long as you can break above, to me, it's this 258 level. So let me zoom in here on the 5-minute. I think it's about this 258. Oh, is that a real candle? If that is, then things change. Okay, no, that's a glitch candle. So I was like, oh, I don't know what that was. So I think it's like this 258, 259 zone. Looks a little bit tough on Tesla, right? You're probably going to need to get above this 259 right there. So I'm going to put my supply at that level. If you can break over this 259, then I would look for that upside to come in, right? If you can get this break, if you can start to see this hold over 259, which is this high here, it's these highs here, it's these highs here, then I think you can look to get this continuation. Little inverse head and shoulder potential, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you call this a cup and handle, but I'm looking at more of like this left shoulder head, right shoulder sort of bottoming formation on Tesla. Nice pullback, 4-hour flag, right into demand. If you can break this 259 today, then I do like this upside continuation. So definitely watching that 259 today. Let's see if that breaks. If not, then just be a little careful, all right? So watch that 259 today. AMD. This is a swing trade that I am going to potentially enter today. It's something I am watching. I was watching it yesterday. You guys know that. It's sort of consolidated, held demand again. So I do like that. But I am going to watch this little flag pattern that's setting up here on AMD, right? So if I zoom out, you guys can see very similar setup to Tesla. So you have this previous consolidation in here. You have this demand right here, right? Demand right here. You could even just, right? You could say it's like more like this, right? Something like along this line. That's the real demand down here. This 122 level. Let me go ahead and put that up. It's right around that 122, right? So you can see we have a breakout of this 122. Breakout of this 122 right here. Breakout. Pullback, right? A controlled pullback. Controlled pullback, a flag pullback, right? Not just a dump, not just an absolute, destruction of this, structure. It doesn't just go straight down, right? A controlled pullback over multiple days, right? Flagging, right? Flag formation. The exact setup that I just showed you on the Dow, right? The exact setup that we just looked at on Tesla, right? And the exact same setup that we are now looking at on AMD. Something that has happened before on AMD as well. Actually, you know what? I'll show you on TSM because it's even better. So if AMD, I think it needs to break like this little previous high. It's like 125 area. If you can break that, I want to be. So here's how my mind works, right? On trading this type of setup. This is how my mind works. I am okay losing money in trading. I'm okay with it, right? Because I know that I can make it back. I know that I can. Eric, thank you, man. $5 donation. New donation. Thank you, Eric. Random person, if you say that again, you're getting removed. Okay, everyone that says check UPS, go. Anyways, so here's my thought process on a trade like this, right? I would rather lose money on this trade by entering it here, right? I would rather be a loser on this trade entering here. I do not want to be a loser on this trade entering here, right? I don't want to enter here and lose on this trade up at this level. I would rather be a loser on this trade down at the demand, right, with better risk reward, right? That's where I want to be an enter. That's where I want to enter a trade like this, and that is where I want to potentially put the risk on. And I'm okay losing on that if this moves lower. If it breaks the 122, I'd rather lose from here than lose from up here, right? So I am most likely going to put this trade on because I'm okay risking 2 points here. Then I'd rather, it's better than risking 10 points from up at these highs. So watch this flag today. I like the idea. I like the setup. We've seen this countless times. It's, in my eyes, it's good enough to put risk on. If you can't put this type of risk on, then you just shouldn't be trading, right? If you can't take this type of risk, then you can't be trading, right? If you are too scared to put money on the table on a setup like this, then, you're just, you need to find a way to be okay with taking calculated risks, taking these calculated trades, trusting technical setups. If they don't work, you need to be okay going back and seeing why that happened, learning from it, and accepting your loss, right? So TSM, it's the same damn thing, right? We have seen this before. Right? So 4-hour bull flag, right? You guys know we caught this one. This was a sexy trade. We caught that one. Look at what's happening again. Previous highs, 105. You can see right here, previous highs, 105. What is it doing as we speak? It is flagging back down to the retest level. So this is another one that you take your risk, you put your stop under 105, right? And you accept the outcome. But at least you know that you are taking the risk on a good setup, right? You're taking the risk on a 4-hour bull flag. Really nice, right? A really nice setup. So another one that I will be watching today, looking to see if there's strength on the market, right? Again, I would be careful longing anything if, excuse me, if we see rejections at that March high on the QQQ, I would think twice before swing trading, right? You still need to think about what the market's doing. So if the market is rejecting today, I would think twice about putting this on. But if you get that strength in the market, right, this is looking like a nice opportunity on TSM. I would watch that setup. Shopify. You guys remember this weekly chart? Look at that weekly chart, man. That looks good. That looks really good. So break, retest, weekly chart, bull flag. That looks really good. I mean, just hot. You can see now, right? Look at what's happened over the last few days. This is actually very key. Shopify has turned the 65 previous high right around here. It's this high here, and then this high right here around this 64. Shopify has turned this little supply high here on right, the 65, 64 zone. Shopify has turned this into a pretty solid structure right there, right? And so if Shopify is above 64, 65, I would give it 64, right? I still think the setup is valid over 64, right? Look at that break and hold above 64 right there. If Shopify is over 64, then, okay, goodbye, my friend. I hope you the best of luck with UPS. Oh God. So 64, right? If you're above that level, I mean, how do you not take a little shot on that weekly chart, right? How do you not take a little shot on that weekly chart right there on Shopify? So this was the setup that we talked about 2 weeks ago. This is the setup that I tried to catch, 2 weeks ago that got a little hairy. I got a little bit messed up on it, but the setup is there still. The idea was absolutely right. And it's there, right? So I'm definitely going to be looking for this, right? If Shopify is over 64, I might look for that upside continuation as well. This looks really interesting here on Shopify. This one's interesting. Google. We have seen this multiple times, right? We've seen where these little sideways consolidations lead to big breakouts. And so I would keep an eye on Google as a little sneaky long, right? Our last sneaky long was Microsoft at 322. If anyone was here for that, right? Our last sneaky long, I'm going to keep saying that so we have a way to remember it. Our sneaky long last time was Microsoft 322. And look at what happened after that. What a rip. And new all-time highs on Microsoft. This is looking similar to this little consolidation here on Google. Google continues to hold this little 122, 121 demand zone here for a very long time, for the last few weeks. I've looked for shorts on this name, but it clearly does not want to give up. Right? You can see these wicks. Look at these wicks down below. Look at this buying that steps up at 122. So if you want to try to take a long on Google, right, if you like this setup, you want to be long before it breaks out, right? You want to long here closer to 122. You do not want to long this into the supply highs, right? Because if this is a breakout, your best entries are here, right? The buyers that are accumulating down in this zone, right, are the ones that are going to win the biggest, right? The people that are accumulating longs at demand are the ones that are going to benefit from a breakout more than anyone else, right? So if you like this setup, I sort of like it myself. I might be willing to throw some risk on here. Having a stop under this 122, maybe on some next week's or 2 week out contracts, and then look to see if this setup just, moves higher, right? Look to see if this same setup we've seen on multiple stocks holds again, and this demand holds and we push to the upside, right? We can see that Google is holding above these previous highs here. Let me go ahead and get a little bit more time. Right, look at what Google's doing right now. It is maintaining above this previous high on the daily chart. And so if Google just maintains above that previous high, it'll break and retest, hold above this previous rejection point. All right, and if the market stays strong, this could be your next move. All right, this could be your next consolidation for your next move. So gonna watch that 122 on Goog. We'll see if that thing holds, and then looking for that upside if that demand holds on Google. So we'll see. That's what I'm gonna watch. Let's go Nvidia. There's a key level here to watch on Nvidia today. It is this. You're pretty much just watching every previous high on Nvidia. So yesterday's highs around this 433 on Nvidia is something I would watch, right? So 433 today. If Nvidia maintains over this previous high, then I would look for that upside continuation. If Nvidia falls back below this high falls back below this high, I would be a little bit careful on the longs here, right? We all know Nvidia has been a high flyer. It was a little bit tired yesterday, right? We sort of faded into the previous rejection point and rejected. So if Nvidia starts to live below 433 today, just be a little bit careful on the longs, right? Your next real long is a very strong and convincing hold above the previous highs, right? That's where you want to be long Nvidia. If you can maintain above this previous high and this previous high, then you can look for that long opportunity. But if you start to live below those double tops, right, you don't want to be long into something potentially forming a triple top. So just watch that 433 on Nvidia. That's going to be key today. All right. Snow is a beast, a monster. And here's what you need to look for. It might not give you the pullback. Unfortunately, it might not give it to you. So it might just run away here. I think Snow is absolutely targeting this 200, 203 level right here. You can see this double top. That is absolutely where I think Snow is targeting. That's really your only next rejection point here is 203, 200. It would be nice, which I don't know if it's going to give it to you, but it would be nice to get this, right? If you could get this, that would be the perfect little bull flag 4-hour break and retest. Not sure you're going to get it because of this strength and this, full-on breakout mode here on Snow. But if you could get something along these lines, a little 4-hour pullback back into this double top, I would be all over this. So I'm not going to chase Snow today, but if we can get a pullback to this 185 level, create a little 4-hour flag, that would be my long entry right here. I would be long and strong at that 185 level. So keep an eye on that. See if that forms. It might not because this is in full breakout mode. But if you can get that, I would be aware. So I'm actually going to do this. I'm going to create an alert. I'm going to go at or below. I'm going to go at or below 187 just so I get an early alert to see if that's pulling back. So we'll see about that one, but probably not happening today. All right, I got a new term. We have the Fib boys. This is for the Baba boys. I know there's some Baba boys out there that are obsessed with trading Chinese stocks. Here's the Baba boys. Baba Booey. Baba Booey. So here for the Baba boys, watch 95 today. All right. 95. You guys can see right here. That's your 95, right? Here's your 95 rejection. Here's your 95 rejection. So you're right there at 95. So today, if you guys are looking to long Baba, if you're looking for more upside on the Chinese market, on the Asian markets, right, look for that 95 break and retest, right? That's what I would be looking for. If you want to get more upside on here on Baba, watch the 95 level. That was the supply we talked about yesterday. And it could be a nice move, right? If you can get above that 95, this could definitely continue. So watch that 95 on Baba, right? MU, this is something we talked about on the live stream. Congratulations to anyone that took this, right? What is this? This is simply a 4-hour break and retest. It's the same thing again. Previous highs in the 4-hour, break, retest, right? And you can see MU is starting to move here. So break and retest, 4-hour of 64. We talked about this setup. It's starting to work. This could still be a nice little setup here. If I go to the daily chart, look at this daily chart, you can see how clearly we are turning previous supply into demand, right? Look how clearly we have turned previous rejection points into double bottom support on the daily chart. So this is very nice, right? That's a nice technical setup. If we zoom out, right, we could probably see MU trade back into this little rejection point around 75, right? Up in here, you could probably see MU trade itself back into this 75 level. That would make a lot of sense. You can clearly see, look at how important this level is. Look at how big this daily chart 64 was. This is a rejection over almost a 1 year period, right? This is July of 2022. July of 2022, July of 2023, right? This is a whole year of price action that we rejected the 64 level. Now, just think about this logically, right? If you turn a 1 year rejection point into a support level, I mean, something's bullish there, right? There's something there. There's something logically there. So, yeah, I like this, right? This is probably going to lead to further upside. If you stay above 64, you are turning a previous year-long rejection point into demand. It's really nothing bearish about that. So, keep an eye on that MU. That looks interesting. Yeah, we'll go to the Meta, boys. Gap fill on Meta, 289. It's pretty much done it. So congratulations to everyone that caught this gap fill. Ever since it broke that 250, it's pretty much been straight up with a little bit of drama here and there. The gap fill starts at 289. That's where your gap is filled. And you guys can see right here. I mean, look at this demand sort of consolidation, right? Very clean stuff here. So you have all this demand here, all this demand here, little inverse head and shoulder, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Really nice here on Meta. Little upset I didn't catch this one, but we did talk about it in the live stream yesterday. We said if you can catch demand off 270, you might be able to trade it back to the channel high. This went much further than the channel high. And what I can show you here, which was pretty damn clean on the intraday, look at this right here. Look at this right here. Previous highs. Look at that demand intraday on Meta. So that was your signal to go long on Meta, right? You just need to watch previous highs. You need to watch if they turn into demand, right? I was unfortunately not watching this at the time, but you can clearly see what was the signal to long Meta yesterday. It was a break over the previous high, a break over the previous high, right? And then turn it into a demand, right? Look at that. Look how clean that was. It actually does not get much cleaner than that on Meta. So, yeah, I wish I caught this one. I wish I was looking at it. I was not looking at it. But look at that. Previous high, right? Previous day high. And look at the demand that stepped up intraday at that exact 275 level. That's pretty hot, right? As soon as you see this start to hold that 275, right? If you were sort of watching it, if you were aware of that level, you can say, all right, we're holding previous day highs. I like that. I can go long here with the stop under that level. And ever since that hold, right, you can see it was sort of just vertical from there. So really nice stuff on Meta, right? Very clean setup there on the intraday. Those are the things. I'm sure I sound like a broken record, and you're not going to catch all of them, right? It is impossible for you as a human being to catch every single one of these break and retests. But these are the things that you need to be looking for, right? These are the little technical things that you need to be looking for. Unban me from Discord, you would have saw it. I'll ban you from here too. See you later. So previous high, and you can see right there, 275 break and retest. Really nice. All right, QQQ. 371.83, right? That's our big level today. You're sitting right at it, guys. Watch out for that today. That's going to be your big watch. Nasdaq, right? You can see we're opening right at this high. So what are we looking for, right? We're looking for break and retest of previous day high for upside. If you don't get that, be careful of that supply rejection. Be good. I had to do it, man. I had to do it. Just don't be dumb. Don't be dumb. Don't come here and try to be dumb. We're all here to learn, right? We're here to learn. We're here to be a collaborative environment. We're here to, be friends. I'm here every single morning to help, right? Out of the kindness of my heart, I enjoy it. Why come here and be dumb, right? You come here and be dumb, you're going to get kicked out. It's as simple as that. We don't need that. We don't need that, right? Why do I need to entertain that type of stupidity? So I hope you guys enjoy the live streams. I have a great time doing it. I hope you enjoy watching. I hope you enjoy the community. I hope you enjoy the humor, the drama, but at the end of the day, the technicals, the real education, the everyday, watching, seeing how these plays move out, coming and sort of learning from, every single day, what happens, how it all sort of transpires, what these technical setups do. I hope that helps. I hope you guys enjoy it. Why you look at UPS but not me? Thank you guys again. I hope you have a fantastic day. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Remember, market close Monday, right? So enjoy that Monday off. Relax, go to the beach, drink some drinks. B. Fisher, don't acknowledge ignorant. Great work, boss. Thank you, B. Fisher. Appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend. So thanks again, guys. Have a fantastic weekend. Love you all. Seriously, thank you for always being here. It means a lot. Press that like button if you could. Subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys on Tuesday. Peace.